Hey guys, happy Friday. No, when am I gonna post this? I think I'm gonna post this on Wednesday. I wanted you guys to be able to grab a product that I'm gonna talk about while it's on sale. So that's really kind of why I'm doing this today. I'm gonna be answering so many of your beauty questions, wellness questions, okay? It's been a while since we've done one of these. We do so many like very personal Q&As and things like that on the podcast, and it's been a while since I've done one here, and it's been, I want to say years since I've done just like an actual beauty one. You guys submitted so many great ones, which is going to bring up so many conversations about a lot of things, from procedures to things that I'm doing, things that I am foregoing, that I'm going to not do for a while in place of something else that I think might surprise you. But I'm so excited about one thing that I wanted to talk about at the top of the video. Before we get into the questions, quickly, I wanted to discuss this. This is an FDA cleared non-fractional laser that you can use at home, which I've never seen anything like, okay? So Nira has sponsored this video. Of course, like I said, we're just gonna talk about this for a few seconds, and I wanna kind of demo it really quickly, and then we'll get in to the Q&A, which doesn't have anything to do with this, but 16th today through the 20th is their anniversary sale, 20% off all products, which is great. It's gonna rebuild the collagen, really addresses like fine lines. Mainly, this is where I'm the most concerned. And I'm gonna be 40 next year. I just turned 39, and so I don't have super deep wrinkles. My Botox is 100% worn off. I was due to get it even at a late stage, early July, broke my foot, didn't do that. And I just kind of decided to hold off, okay? So it's totally gone. The only filler I have is just in my lips. And I just wanna be so transparent. You know, I'm not gonna test this and then go get a face full of Botox and be like, look guys, this is great. No, so I'm not gonna use Botox for the rest of the year. I am starting the 90-day challenge with this laser. I just unboxed it and used it for the first time today so that I could tell you guys just, you know, whether there's pain, what it feels like. You know, I can't show you something without using it, and I can't review something, the benefits of it, and say, oh, it worked without completing the 90 days. So that's what we're gonna do, hopefully together, if you guys try this. I love how the window is very large. You can use this you know, on the back of your hands, on your neck, wherever, you know, you feel like you have those wrinkles or where you just want to address your skin texture, which is what I deal with. You know, not just because of the wrinkles, but my forehead doesn't really make big wrinkles. It just makes little fine lines and very crepey. Same around here. So this is incredible. You use it for 3 to 5 minutes once a day. And I am always so a little like, ooh, you know, about, you know, using a device or, you know, a little, that's right. And it feels not like snapping, like I pictured laser and I was like, it's warmth, okay? It just feels like warmth. There's 5 different settings. And when you do it, okay, I'm gonna show you what you do. You're gonna do it sort of in a C motion like this, okay? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you feel me. And this makes it easy because you put it on the first spot, it senses that it's on your skin, that it's made connection. It'll beep, and then it beeps when it's done. Then you move it. Beep, beeps when it's done. And then you move it. Beep, beeps when it's done, then you move it. And it just feels like there's no flinching, there's no like, the anticipation is what is the worst for me with anything. And you don't get that with this. It's just warm. You can work it up to like whatever is, you know, your speed as far as like, you know, your tolerance. And it's not a pain tolerance thing. It's like a heat tolerance because you're gonna feel the heat. So the laser works to rebuild collagen at a deeper level of the skin than most at-home things can reach. It's the same technology that's used like in a dermatologist's office for the same price that I would pay for a 3-month Botox. Do you know what I mean? Botox only lasts 3 months. So, you know, usually I would get it, sometimes I would space it out longer. On me, it's completely gone at the 3-month mark, and that's pretty common for most people. So it's beautifully packaged, comes in a really nice, you know, nice packaging with a charger. You can get this hyaluronic acid serum, which I used after. 99% natural ingredients, oil-free. It's a really nice serum, so that's nice. I like that aspect too. No pain, redness, downtime, FDA cleared, clinically proven results, 3 minutes a day, at home, safe for all skin types, all of the good things. I'm really gonna give it a very consistent shot. And at the end of the 90 days, which should be around, I kind of added up maybe around Thanksgiving, I'll come back and we'll do like a full review, and I'm like, dang, if I could use this and maybe not do other things, that's worth it. And I love that. If you're curious about this, go do some research on the website, check it out, try it, go on this whole journey with me. And I do have a code for you guys too. So I just wanted to be so transparent about that. It's not a sales tracking code that I'm using for this. It's just, they were kind of sent it to me and sponsor the video, which is wonderful. So check it out. You know, we only use the good stuff. Okay, let's get into these beauty questions. So many beauty questions, so many good ones. Oh my gosh, I didn't like hiccups. Oh gosh, please don't have hiccups. You guys know a trick for hiccups? You put your fingers in your ears until like you can't, okay, and then you suck through a straw. Oh, would have been better with water, maybe not Diet Coke. Is this gross? But you want to do it where like you feel, whoa, where you feel your ear like squeezing your fingers each time you drink. Cures hiccups. Okay, and a little tip for you, a little tipperoo. Okay, so let's do this. All right, you guys submitted so many good questions. And you know, I said it's been a while since I've done this. I don't know if I've ever done truly just one that's just beauty. Maybe 15 years ago, maybe, sometimes I think about how long we've been here doing this, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. Okay, Monica said, which brands do you swear by that have the least pore clogging ingredients? Lately, I've really been loving the Merit skincare. I love like a stick product. I mean, you guys know we did a whole video about, maybe it was about a month or so ago, and it was like makeup that won't wreck your skin. Because a lot of what we deal with like, you know, textural stuff is just our makeup and our products. From these cream blushes to my stick bronzer, to the little minimalist foundation stick, which I always keep in my purse. Like on the go, I can just be like, do. So good. How do you actually contour? I'm old AF and have no idea how to do it. So listen, there's so many videos here, and I hate to always say, posted a video about that. It was 15 years ago or 10 years ago, like whatever. Okay, if you don't see it, you don't see it. Like if I'm watching somebody, I'm not watching their entire catalog of stuff. But with contouring, I mean, and with a lot of things on these mostly visual platforms, makeup has gotten unhinged in ways of like, oh, let's drip our moisturizer on. Oh, let's draw and then blend, or let's just put all the products on and then, and just because it looks better on camera, the application, the end result doesn't always necessarily translate in real life. And I feel like with contouring, it's all about, everyone's face is different. So you can't say, oh, this is where you contour, because your face may not need it there. I find that generally a product, and contour products a lot of times are very cool. I prefer just to use one that's like a bronzer, that's kind of an all-in-one type of thing, that's not too orange, and these Merit sticks are so perfect. Just a little here, here, and then just draw a V here, and a V there, and then here and here, okay? And then some people can do it here and there. I don't always do that. You know, if that's something that you want to contour. And again, like that's the thing. Like I don't need to accentuate the jawline, okay? If you do, then do it. But you know, some people have very sharp cheekbones, which I kind of do, you know, so I'm not drawing on and being so crazy. But I really like to go to town right here on my forehead. Like I think that's really flattering. And then you just blend it in. I mean, I think sometimes it's a little more intimidating sounding than you think, and then just your natural, like whatever you do use for your concealer, you know, naturally creates that little lightness there. And then, you know, I put a little concealer here and there. Okay, you just see me do my makeup so many times that when I contour, you may not even think I'm contouring because you don't see like a map on my face. But I do feel like contouring, like less is more. My hiccups went away. Okay, isn't that incredible? It's so incredible. But grab this. These Merit bronzers are so good. How to get rid of milia. Milia is those little white bumps, which I am very prone to. As someone with oilier skin, you know, little white bumps, people always associate them maybe with these little things around your eyes. Yes, sometimes they can be around your eyes. If you like this and stretch out your skin and you see little white bumps under the surface, that is milia, and they may be everywhere. And that honestly, like milia will translate to a breakout at some point. Like I hate to say that, but if you notice like where you have most, like it will come out eventually and it'll be a big old zit. But they're really hard because, well, they are hard, like little grains of sand. But one time I had a dermatologist like extract a bunch of them It's something that you do kind of have to get extracted if it is crazy or if it's like you have a lot of it. But I feel like more so it's like using products that are going to prevent it. I love the Lancer scrub. A physical exfoliant is key for skin texture, for wrinkles. Also use like a chemical exfoliator. I just feel like that really helps. And the Kate Somerville Anti-Bac, which is something that I don't really use a ton anymore, was always really good about keeping the milia away. Maybe because it killed the bacteria and it just couldn't form. But, and if you notice you're getting it a lot around your eyes, then switch your eye cream. Switch it immediately. Facial sunscreen recommendation. My very favorite one that I used to swear by is the Colleen Rothschild. Her sunscreen is so good. I was gonna say Sephora, Shiseido also makes a really good one that's like the urban environment. Oh, their facial sunscreens are so good. Guys, I'm lazy. You know, I'm using all this stuff. One thing I'm not so good at using is facial sunscreen. Okay. But I need to, okay. Will you start your own brand? Own brand of, okay, I was gonna say own brand of what? I think back in the day, and no, okay, back in the day, that was the big thing, you know, YouTube, and then, okay, well, I'm gonna start a makeup brand, and that was just what was cool. And you look at all how over the years, this has transformed into like what YouTubers or what, well, influencers weren't even a thing then, like what things kind of translate to or turn into. Back then it was like, oh my gosh, well, if you're doing makeup on YouTube, the only way you're gonna be killing it is if you get a makeup line. Okay, okay. And that's not really the case anymore. Well, then for me, it was always like, I'm not necessarily, I've collaborated with brands, I've created a lot of things, I've helped brands create things behind the scenes. That's never been something that I was truly like, okay, I have to do it myself. I've said so many times, I think honestly, there's too many things. And I think there's room for everyone's voice because we're all different people and every person brings something different. But as far as products, I just don't think there's any more products. And I even felt like this 15 years ago that I would even want to put out, because there's so many great things. And my thing that I like to do is share, and maybe, you know, I feel like that's my brand. You know, I like to share. I like to be a voice of, you know, real reason that you can trust. Just like you talk to a friend, oh, this is great, oh, this isn't. This is kind of like our little, you know, hangout. You know, I love finding good things and talking about them. I'm very opinionated, and as we know, you know, and I like to share my opinions on things. And, you know, our podcast, we came out with that. That's the only thing. It's subscription based. It's $5 a month. And people are like, what? And I'm like, I've been putting out free content here for 15 years. I've never slung merch. You know, I've shared like recommendations with you guys, and, you know, do with that what you will or what you choose. But, you know, it's just never been something that I ever wanted to do. I've been approached by many people and places that, oh, but I represent this person and I've done this deal with that deal. And it's tempting, but I can't do anything that I don't 100% believe in. And honestly, it sounds like a massive pain in the ass. Okay, so don't need my own brand, okay? But, you know, join our podcast. It's a real good time. Okay. Lashes. We need to talk about your lashes. Lash serum, the Revitalash. I will link to the exact formula one that I use. You know, I haven't touched false lashes in like 3 years because I've been using this formula of lash serum, and I really love it. I use it every single night religiously, and it really helps with like the thickness, the curl. It's really good stuff. Favorite palette. Ooh, okay, you guys, I have a few. Okay, the favorite currently, I would say, favorite all time. I'm gonna say, what is in my drawer? You know, I'm not gonna talk about something that I'm not currently using, because there's been ones that we've loved over the, here it is, over the years and stuff. Okay, that's what I'm wearing today. Used my fingers, did not use a single eyeshadow brush. The Roen Gold Lust palette. I've talked about this, I've used it in tutorials. We've done it all. This is the best, okay? Carry this on a trip. You don't need anything. Don't need to pack brushes, nothing. It is so dang good. And they have a lot of different colors, but the Gold Lust is the best. The Warm Nude Necessary Eye Palette by Ilia. I've been using this one a ton. So I'd say the Ilia Necessary and the Roen Gold Lust. So Good. Okay. Grab the skull dust if you haven't. Please share your beauty storage organization, please. Please share the good makeup. I have a whole video of my beauty closet in here. I have a whole, it's still real good. It's looking real good. I've had this like this for years. It's stayed organized. I will link the little clear containers that I have in there that where I keep some extra colors and things. Because sitting here in my bathroom, I have this one drawer. And again, you know, there's tons of videos on organization. I have one on just my kitchen where I'm showing you every single, inside every drawer and inside every cabinet, and inside my pantry and everything. I've got one on my closet, inside every drawer. I've got one on my beauty storage. From maybe like last year, nothing has changed, okay? So I'm not gonna keep reinventing the wheel and like, you know, let me do another video on this because literally nothing's changed because it's a good organization. But I've got this area of my, you know, my sink, my vanity in our bathroom, and you know that long, you know, you got like your little spot where you sit, and then there's that long vanity drawer. That's where I keep just the things that I'm using every day. Got my brushes out. But you know, there's still some things, you know, different color lipsticks, different whatever, that doesn't fit in this drawer that I've got stored. And you can see that in that video, and I will link to the storage that I use. And, you know, gone are the days of, and even I'm looking, I'm like, I need to get rid of some stuff. You know, all those towers and the this and the that and things that we had years ago, maybe a couple years into doing YouTube, because the stuff was still good. And then at like the 5-year mark, at the 10-year, do you guys remember years ago, I was like, this stuff's old. Like, and I think that's so powerful, being here so long, seeing how things evolve, what works, what doesn't. That clearly doesn't work. Having 10,000 makeup products and a makeup collection is not the vibe, because if you do, you're probably spending money on, you're probably buying expensive things. Are you using it? If I have 5 blushes, there's no way I'm gonna even get through just 5 before they're expired. Same with, you know, mascara. Lip stuff is, y'all know how I feel about lip stuff. Disgusting, okay? That lipstick that's been floating around for a couple years, it's bad. It probably smells like a crayon. If it smells like a crayon, it's gotta go. So I'm just telling you, don't think that makeup storage is all it's cracked up to be. Really, before you buy makeup storage, that's what I'm saying. Before you buy the makeup storage, do a clean out first, because you may not need as much storage containers as you think. But I love those clear ones, they're so good. Have you gotten any more filler / Botox? I cannot wait to share. Well, actually, no, we already talked about it. I'm not doing Botox. The last time I did it was, so I think I did it maybe end of March. Is that right? March-ish. So I was due to get it beginning of July. Of course, you know, I broke my foot. That didn't happen. I haven't been to do it. And so it was totally worn off at that point. Mine only lasts about 3 months. And, you know, I was thinking, oh, I can't wait. You know, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go get my Botox touched up. When I get it, you guys can never tell I've gotten it. There's times when I have gotten a full face of it and it's like super fresh and kicked in, and I get comments from people saying, you look so relaxed. This is why you don't need Botox. I'm like, girl, I got a whole face of it. And then when I don't have it, people are like, what are you doing to your face? So it's just funny, you know, it should never make you look like different or change how your features lay, unless if you've got really droopy brows and then you want them to. But for me, it's just about slowing down the movements, making, like I can still do it. Well, this is me without it, but you know, I can still do this with it. It just, my forehead doesn't crinkle up when I do it, if that makes sense. I still have all the same expressions. It just keeps the surface and the texture of my skin from looking crepey. And I, you know, said when I was talking about the laser, that's what that addresses. So and not even that, not even saying, oh, that's a replacement for Botox, because that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if I want to give that a shot, I don't want to be throwing anything extra into the mix. So I'm fine without it. I'll do without it. And if I decide to get it, you know, after those 90 days, or if I, you know, maybe this is a good just reset to be like, maybe I don't need it, you know, maybe, I don't know. So, but it's great and I love it. But what it is it's, here's what. Makeup isn't makeup isn't makeup isn't makeup. You've seen people that do makeup that it's terrible, okay? And then you've seen people that do makeup that it's good. It's not a one size fits all thing, and Botox is exactly the same thing. So if you are a judgy person about Botox and you've never gotten it, and like I used to be like, well, you have to understand that it is all about the person doing it. It's like art, okay? Like artists can use the same exact paint. I know I'm getting like deep. I'm not trying to sound profound, but I'm just saying you can use 10 different artists can use the same exact paint, and everything looks completely different. Some you can't see anything, some it looks like a nightmare. It's just, do you know what I'm saying? And Botox is the same way. You got to go to someone that knows what they're doing, and that isn't going to just load it up, you know? Filler, I haven't done my lips in a very long time. I want to say it's been well over a year, which when you get your lips done, you shouldn't be touching them up every month. Unless if, like when I first started getting mine, I got such a tiny amount in the beginning that no one even noticed here for like a couple months. And I then, because I was like, and no one said anything, and I thought, perfect. And then I talked about it after I'd had a couple months to let it settle, to see how it felt, didn't do anything weird. And then I went back and got a little more, and worked up to the size that I liked. And, you know, so every maybe 4 months, 5 months, I would be like, just do a little more. Now, lips they mess with your mind, because you get to a certain point where you might look and say, oh, they're going down, or they're doing this. They don't go down that fast. Like, filler lasts a long time. Now, and again, it's all about who you go to, okay? It's all about who you go to, and it's all about like your lip shape starting out and like what things are gonna look like. But okay, to answer your question, the reason I haven't gotten it is because I feel like I don't want to keep just loading it in there. And for what? I don't end up with my mind like warped about lip filler, like, oh, I need more lips. It's very easy to fall into that. Or like when you get boobs or whatever, but you know, when you first get them, it's so crazy. You think, oh, these look just like my old boob. Like, it's nuts. And then later you're like, oh my gosh, like real big. And I have a whole video about boobs. I think it's the best, not just because it's mine. It's really good advice on breast augmentations. I think it's like the best breast augmentation video you'll ever see. just saying. But I'm just saying, I didn't want to be like that with lips. So I'm just like, I don't have any plans to get them redone. I'm just going to let it go and see what happens. And then if they, one day, you know, they do metabolize, it is going to start going away. Well, then I might get you a little bit touched up and nobody will ever know. Because I want to maintain a size. I don't want to keep getting them bigger. And you're like, oh. Do you use Revitalash daily? Yes. What skincare product has really made a difference in your life? Difference in my life, a physical exfoliant, which you see a lot of people bash. You got to use the Lancer scrub. It's so good. And use, you know, a chemical one. Here's your diamond cross necklace from, oh, it's right here. I don't have it on today. I have on this one. This is beautiful. It's Melinda Maria, and I think, are they doing their free gift today? I think today might be the last day. Check it out whenever they do free gifts. Oh my gosh, I'm all over it. And the free gift, mine hasn't come yet because I ordered some hoops to get the free gift. It's either you choose small hoops or you choose this beautiful teardrop necklace. I ended up getting the necklace. These are also Melinda Maria. These are so beautiful. But I love this necklace. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. And she does like fake diamonds really well. I think she calls them like diamondettes or something. Really pretty. Okay, very like fine jewelry adjacent. What part of your beauty routine is the one thing that makes you feel the best? The act of doing it, the act of just doing it. It's not even about like, okay, here's what, we've had discussions about this from, you know, I did so many videos through my pregnancy. My daughter's like, oh my gosh, she's gonna be 9. Can you guys believe? Things, you know, keeping myself together after motherhood, not physically, but just like mentally, still like doing things that I enjoyed. And one of my biggest things, and anyone can make time to do this, I did. I mean, I would get myself together in the morning, even if I had 10 minutes, 5 minutes. I just wake up a little earlier. Ideally, I like to sit for 20 minutes, maybe sometimes longer, listen to a podcast, you know, prop my phone up, watch a show, and just the act of just like doing my skincare, putting on some makeup. It's not about, oh, I did my beauty routine. Look at me. I look good, therefore I feel good. It's not that. It's about what the feeling of sitting and like taking that time for yourself, what that makes you feel. So, and I see a lot of people, not just moms, but people that are very, you know, career and this and that, and we can all fall into that so quickly. And, you know, I have to really pull myself back, you know, and say, okay, I don't need to be in my phone all the time, checking my email, talking about business stuff all the time. I need to be focused on my family, being in the moment. Every time I leave the door, it's not a photo shoot. So I love my photos. I just take around the house before I leave, because when I'm gone, I'm in the moment, okay? I try to be more in the moment, but the times that I can really just focus on myself is almost like a meditation, the act of doing your skincare, you're caring for yourself. You've mentally set the tone for the day that you have cared for yourself. And that is such a big thing. It's not about the vanity of the products or, the optics of I look better. It's not that. It's just feeling better. There's times when I will literally wash my face, sit, and I will listen to and I'll just do my skincare for a long time. I might organize something like in my drawer, and I might just put on a swipe of lip gloss and a few little dots of concealer. I'm not in full glam. Did I sit here for 30 minutes? Sure did. And I feel a hell of a lot better for it. Also, my time at night doing the same exact thing, skincare. It's not like, my God, how do you have the time? How do you not have the time? Wake up 20 minutes early. Wake up, make time for yourself. I've run a business at home. I've been the primary person that's worked for many years. I've, had my child, and of course my husband's here and he can help, but you've got to take that time for yourself. You've got to. It'll make you feel just so much better. That is the beauty routine. It's not like, okay, the act of, I love this makeup, or I love this product, or I love going to get this facial. That's nice too. But again, I'm pretty low maintenance. I don't always take the time to do that. And when I do, I enjoy it, but it's not something I don't have a standing hair appointment. I don't have a standing nail appointment. I think it's wonderful for people that do, but everyone's different, and I don't enjoy that. I do want to say, okay, so there's, what do you eat in a day? How do you do this with weight? How do you do this with that? How are you eating? There's so many questions about that. Do you drink alcohol, and how often? I've never been a super, I'm not super heavy drinker, or even that often. We've got this huge bar in the basement, and we're just very kind of whenever, might have a glass of wine or whatever, but I've never been one that's just I gotta go out and blow it out, or oh my gosh, we're gonna have a wild night. Do you know what I mean? It's just kind of it's always there. So, and I do think, nothing better than just unwinding with a glass of wine. That's kind of my speed. If I go out, I will order maybe a margarita, but I don't make that stuff at home. I don't ever really drink hard anything at home, even though I've got this whole collection of pretty things and these beautiful bottles and stuff in our bar. And Brad likes whiskey every now and then, and he likes more things like that, or a bourbon or Scotch. I don't like any of that kind of stuff. I don't even know. I'm not very averse and all that, but I'm just very picky about certain wines that I like. And it's kind of a treat, but I don't know. I've just never been super heavy on that. Beer, I'm not a big beer. The only time, and I say I'm not a beer drinker. I love beer. The only time I'll drink beer is if you're at a sports game or at a concert, nothing better, or outside. I'm not just unwinding with a beer. Can't do that. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, but let me get back to the questions about, lots of things, eating, what do you eat in a day, whatever. I want to say, did I talk about this in a recent video? Or I may have cut it out, because I went on one. You know how I go on rants, and here we go, buckle up. I understand why people ask. I'm curious sometimes, but I also am curious about a lot of things about people that I don't ask, and I think that's okay. There's not a problem with asking, but I think it's good to share your tips, or, I'm kind of, not tips, lately I've been eating healthier or more balanced, or whenever I do share things, when, I gained, I always say I didn't gain 80 pounds, I gained 60 pounds when I was pregnant, because I always think I was about 188 when I gave birth. So I gained about 60 pounds. It took a long time. That's different, okay? Weight's different after child, but my whole thing was just sharing, I don't hit anything too hard. You know, I don't make anything a major habit. If I made a habit of eating McDonald's every day, I'd probably start noticing some changes to my body. If I drank a massive amount of alcohol every day, I'd probably notice some changes to my body. If I went through McDonald's for breakfast every morning or Chick-fil-A for breakfast every morning, I'd probably notice some changes to my body. Same as if you hit some drastic diet, you're probably going to notice some changes. I am not a drastic person. Same like I gave the example of pregnancy and weight loss after baby. It was more so just naturally just kind of going back to the norm and not hitting any extremes, because if you do extremes to lose weight, well then what are you going to do when you stop doing that? Or extremes to get healthy. It's a lifestyle. If you have to change, you know, something within yourself, like with your eating or with your lifestyle to get healthier, to change your numbers in some way, whatever they may be, well, you got to stick with that or it's just going to go back. So I do think also you see so much content, what I eat in a day, this, that, and the other. And that I think creates a lot of, I want to say like disordered eating, or, you know, people, it gets in your mind, and it's not something I think a random person on YouTube or on Instagram or on TikTok should be slinging out there if you've got a large following, because I do think there's nothing good that can come from that. Even if I shared the most like, okay, here's all the healthy food I eat in a day, why am I influencing people how to eat? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a health thing. Like, the message I want to send about eating, whatever, is, again, never take anything to too much extremes, to kind of know your body and to know what's healthy for it and to make what makes you feel. Battery died. Or like in the past when I've, you know, shared, okay, like, you know, I'm eating less bread, or, you know, you're going out to fast food, or you're eating like we all do. I'm not whipping up 3 meals every day at home and eating an avocado for breakfast and a handful of almonds and a grilled chicken breast for dinner. Like, nobody's doing that. I'm not doing that. That's, every now, like, those are elements of, sure, mix those up. But as far as like, this is the formula of what I eat in a day, first of all, anyone that's sharing that is probably what they think is the best case scenario. They ain't eating like that all the time, or maybe ever, okay? So you just have to kind of know that. And I think that the healthiest thing you can do is to just kind of know what works for you. And I've shared videos saying basically that same, you know, that same little spiel is like, you know, you can have anything just in moderation, you know, like, I mean, I eat dessert, I eat all these things. I'm never gonna say, oh, I gotta cut out completely this, I gotta cut out completely that. Maybe sometimes people do have to, because of like, you know, a certain medical thing. They can't eat a lot of sugar, or they can't eat certain things, or you have cholesterol issues, then yeah, you need to adjust that. And that is not for anyone to tell you except for a doctor. But like, my whole thing is just kind of like listening to your body and not going too nuts or too extreme with anything. And you know, maybe, okay, well, I don't want to change the way I eat, but maybe I'm eating, you know, maybe I change the portions, or maybe, you know, don't stop here for breakfast every morning, maybe a couple days a week or 1 day a week. And maybe, you know, try something here or there different. Maybe add in some vitamins or some things that are a little healthier. Have like a smoothie for breakfast that gets like, you know, maybe there's some green powders or some things you can add that can like help, you know, if you're not getting enough vitamin, whatever. Okay. I don't know. And I've shared before, you know, sometimes it's best for me to, you know, when I am going out and eating, like, I'll get whatever I want, but I may not be getting like a sandwich all the time with all that bread. I love bread. I eat bread when I want to eat bread. But if you are eating that every meal, you get a big old like white bread sandwich, you know, sure, like every now and then, but not every day for every meal. And that was my whole message of like, you know, bread's great, but I'm not like down in a loaf of it or a full bun every single meal. You know, it's a food group. It's great to have it, but I ain't doing it ever. So that's kind of like, but as far as specifics, I just think it's so not even dangerous, but so unrealistic. And when people tell you what they eat, it's just a big crock, because yeah, I do have a smoothie that I drink every morning. That's the same thing, but that's about it. Like, we change, okay? And we all have different tastes. And what I'm eating shouldn't be what you eat. And what you eat shouldn't be what I eat. And I just think, you know, when you let go of some of that, and even some of those expectations, like, you know, that you feel about how your body should look, or if I eat this, it's going to look like this, or if that person looks like this and I eat what she eats, it's going to look like that. It's just a whole thing, and you can get so wrapped up in that so quickly. And especially like raising a daughter, I really am teaching her and not teaching her at the same time about like obviously health and, you know, paying attention to eating healthy foods, but never, I don't want her ever to see me being like, oh, I can't have that, or oh my God, or oh, I can't have bread, I can't have cake or this or that, you know. But I want her to have like a good relationship with food. And I think as adults, it's a very slippery slope when someone might even, as an adult, start a certain type of diet. They see changes in their body and they think, perfect, like this is working for me. Sometimes there's a reason why, you know, things that look good on the outside might not be healthy on the inside, you know. And again, someone asked, what's your fitness routine? You know, I've never really had to, because of genetics and stuff. Like, I feel like, you know, I've never worked out to feel like, oh, I have to work out to change my body or to lose weight. I feel like naturally I've always been fairly active, not like going to the gym, but just, you know, I'm not sitting all day. You know, I'm doing different things. I need to get I'm telling you this, okay? You don't need to take fitness advice from me because I got none to give. I need to start doing something. I mean, and I say that every year, and I kind of dabble in it, and I need to start doing something like some kind of cardio, some kind of, you know, walking. And that's the thing, like I get in this kick of walking or doing things or exercising, and then where I live, it gets extreme. It's flipping 100 degrees. No. My husband would find me on the side of the road, like a mile away from the house. Like I can't be walking in this heat. Running, forget it. Okay. We had a Peloton, and Brad broke the thing down. I mean, before I could even like get into using it, because we finally just like gave the dang thing away because it was just rickety. No offense to Peloton, but and why on earth? Can I just say this? Why on earth? And again, nobody asked. Fully aware, nobody asked or cares probably. Can we just create something? I'm sure there's an off-brand Peloton that has like a cushy seat, maybe with some cup holders so you can kind of lay back. And we got the Peloton. We both had our shoes. I'm like, fitness. The seat is that big. And someone's gonna say, oh, it's a bicycle. It's mimicking a bicycle. It's not. I'm not driving it through my home. It doesn't have wheels. I'm staying in the same place. Can I get a comfy seat? Can I get some padding? Can I get something that at least covers one butt cheek and doesn't go straight up? It's just a lot. So the Peloton was a big old bust for me. No offense if you like Peloton. Brad obviously really wore the thing slap out, but I don't know. I was like, do I want a machine? Guy, we've had so many of those over the years. You get an elliptical, it's like, and then it's gone. You tried not, like, nothing ever sticks. Do you know what I mean? And I know, like, I'll be 40. This is the last thing, you guys. But I feel like as I'm getting older, I'm just keeping it real, okay? I'm not some like faux wellness guru because I've got an Instagram and a YouTube that I'm suddenly going to be just saying that I'm some like picture of wellness, fitness, and nutrition. So I'll just put out these videos acting like that. Okay. I'm very self-aware of the information that I could share, and what I'll share anything. I'm just going to be honest. Okay. But I'm not the person to come to for fitness advice, and I need some fitness advice, okay? Send me your recs for comfortable workout equipment. I would like some. Our whole basement was a gym at one point. I don't know what we were thinking, okay? But every iteration, I just want something. I don't want a gym. I don't need that, okay? I just want one thing that I can just get on and just enjoy myself. Watch a show. Not collapse in this heat and humidity. Okay, you guys. That's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Big thanks to Nira again for sponsoring the video. Check it out. Again, their anniversary sale is running now through the 20th. 20%. Join me on the 90-day challenge. I've already done my treatment for today. I'm going to do it again tomorrow, and I'm just really excited about it. I think this is going to be really cool, and I hope that you guys try it. It says younger looking skin in 90 days, guaranteed. Guaranteed. Okay. We're gonna see. I'm really excited. So anyways, big thanks to them. Hope that you guys are doing great. Thank you for submitting the questions. I'm so sorry. I know I only got like to a fraction of them, but it's like, what the heck? I mean, we can't be here for another hour, right? But I hope you guys enjoyed it and that you enjoyed spending some time with me today. I'll link to everything that I'm wearing. I didn't really talk about my outfit much today, but I'll link to what you see, and I will talk to you guys very soon.